son is 11, you said you keep him in the house most of the time because you get scared.
That is correct.
There's over 100 kids that live in this neighborhood, and it's the highest area for violent crime in Northwest from 2012 to 2013. For illegal shooting calls, this is the highest density in the whole city for the last year. For at least 15 years now, this area has been the highest area for gang activity in Northwest and violent crime. And no matter what we do, or how many police officers we put in here, it doesn't seem to change.
In terms of domestic violence,
the number for 1 year was 168, and that's just on 5 streets.
A Northwest Valley neighborhood is celebrating a total transformation this holiday.
Heroes United helped to reduce violent crimes in the neighborhood by 75%. Northwest Area Command was celebrating the success of a year-long community project.
I love how this could be duplicated anywhere.
Be transferred anywhere in Las Vegas, anywhere in America, really.
You focus on the children and you say it's for them. Well, this is what can be accomplished.
A change has come to our neighborhood. We have no more SWAT. Our crime's down. Our children get to come out and play in our street.
This is what happens when a community comes together. Lives are transformed, neighborhoods are changed, and great things happen.
The Vegas Viking project was initiated in Northern Europe in 2012. It all started with a simple idea. The hard fact is that we live in a world where there is much good, but also a lot of bad, and many are suffering, it being from domestic violence, child abuse, neglect, world hunger, innocent animals who are hunted to extinction, to Mother Nature being destroyed. Many feel helpless, and that there's little they can do to change what is bad. My idea was that in a 21-day challenge, we could positively change the world and at the same time create a worthwhile legacy by helping others and have our lives count for something. With no personal gain, the 21-day challenge was created to inspire others. We were to choose any city in any country as well as choose any cause. We would have no personal links or connection to the community we were to help, to make the challenge even greater. By succeeding, we would foremost help people we did not even know in a foreign city, as well as setting an example of the true power each one of us possess. We covered the entire globe in the search for a location for the mission. Africa, South America, Europe, Asia and America, as well as a cause, which we ended up deciding would be children, as they are innocent and the future. After considering hundreds of cities, the chosen location was Las Vegas, Nevada in the United States, which was ranked as having the worst conditions for children in the country. Step 2, after choosing location and cause, was putting together a support team at Command Center. Step 3 was to create time plan, assign tasks to the members of the support team and activate the mission. Step 4, with creating a backup plan for the mission to ensure its success.
I am Christian Schoyen. I am a strategist and a facilitator on the 21-day challenge.
My name is Nils Rasmussen. I am a strategist on this project. We call it the 21-day challenge, and my goal is to track and monitor the progress to make sure we accomplish all of the goals of this mission within the 21 days.
Before arriving in Las Vegas, we had already identified the unique leaders we were to connect with. Next was to all work together, as collaboration is equal to success. From once being the fastest growing city of the decade, Las Vegas had for the last years been greatly affected by the financial crisis that started in 2007. The Vegas Strip, the new downtown, and the high-end neighborhoods were not affected much and remained as beautiful and majestic as before. But where I was to venture was the neighborhoods outside of the Strip, where over 2 million people lived, which a great many struggled without a fault of their own. Many had become victims. In these struggling parts of the city, circumstances got worse as time passed by. Once arriving at my apartment, I reviewed the profiles of everyone I was about to meet. The success of the project was contingent on these extraordinary people. I also reviewed the plans to be executed during the next 20 field days. Task number 1 in the mission was to introduce a shared consensus. Mass media was an important element in order to reach out to everyone. The great local Vegas Viking Lodge was key in all these activities.
I know the Vikings, they have some bad sides too, some negatives, but everybody got that. So to me, it's more important to focus on what's positive. Next, I was to meet Carolyn Goodman, the popular mayor of Las Vegas, known for her deep commitment to the community.
We proclaim Tuesday, October 9th, Leif Erikson Day in the city of Las Vegas. No European had set foot in North America until Leif Erikson did so.
Introducing the Leif Erikson Day opened doors for the mission.
I would like to introduce Christian Schoyen from the Sons of Norway to say a few words.
On behalf of Sons of Norway, the Vegas Lodge, and also all the Scandinavians living here in Vegas, I want to say thank you for making this day official, October 9th, making it the Leif Erikson Day throughout the city of Vegas. And secondly, I also want to announce a drawing competition that we are arranging through Sons of Norway to nurture the Viking traits that Leif Erikson stood for, which is imagination, vision, collaboration, and fearlessness. So this is meant for the children grade 1 to 5 throughout Las Vegas. And in addition, we also plan to go out and speak to the classes and the children so we can explain more what Leif Erikson stood for and also give them a little information on history. Thank you so much.
Christian Schoyen is here with us this morning to explain why this day is so important and what it's all about. Tell us a little bit about who Leif Erikson is and why the mayor is making this day such an important day.
It stands for everything that we are raised to believe in, which means fearlessness, courage, basically the belief that you can do anything, and that's what the Viking stands for.
I read about a story that you actually went digging. You love Vikings so much, you went digging in a burial mound.
Yes.
In search of what? In search of a sword?
My mother, she gave me a plastic Viking sword, and I wasn't too excited about that plastic.
You wanted the real thing?
I wanted the real deal. So what I did, I took my little shovel, I was age 7, and I went to this sacred place right next to the farm where I came from, and I started digging.
And
but you got stopped.
yes, I'm very grateful for that. And I'm also very grateful I didn't do this 10 years later, because I wouldn't be here in America right now.
Tell us really quickly about the contest for elementary school kids.
We are promoting a drawing contest in honor of Leif Erikson.
I wonder what Cherry would look like with this thing. There she is.
Viking power.
After introducing the shared Viking consensus, the next challenge was to identify the local Vikings. How did you do this?
At the day of the ceremony at City Hall, I met the station manager for the local station KCLV, who aired the event to the city of Las Vegas. I presented to him the idea of a local TV show on his station that focused on the local Vikings of the city. Where do you get your award from?
It's the passion that you have inside you, I think, to make the difference when you go somewhere. I mean, I get a rush out of making a difference.
In the late 90s, working from the trunk of his car, Fred Schultz started Positively Kids to help medically fragile children.
You can help just one family, and it feels just as good as if you opened up a $50 million facility with all these beds in it and you cared for hundreds of children. I mean, we've cared for over 10,000 children over the years. But you get the rush from the one child that you can make a difference with.
What kind of legacy would you like to leave behind?
That the focus was on children and that there was a difference made not only with the children that were cared for during the time that I was there, but also that there is a regulation to care for children long after we're all gone.
This community can be the safest in America.
Lieutenant John Pelletier of LVMPD risked his life to save a wife and mother of two from a car engulfed in flames. He rescued the woman out of her car in 30 seconds before the vehicle exploded. Pelletier and Captain Chris Tomeno were key in the formation of Heroes United later on.
You put your life on the line for people you don't even know, and that's a very big heroic deed. I mean, what you guys do every day for the community of Las Vegas to keep it safe.
You never know what call you're going to get from one call to the next. And the bottom line is this, and I think this gets lost a lot of times, is a police officer, and a police officer with Metro is somebody who is willing to lay down their life for those they've never even met. There is no greater calling or no greater service that you could have than somebody that would be willing to do that. And you know, we just recently lost one of our own doing that very thing. And you know, it's truly something that gets lost a lot of times, is that there's approximately 4,000 calls a day that Metro responds to. And that's 4,000 threats, 4,000 dangers. You never know. And the fact that you have 22 to 2,500 men and women that'd be willing to lay down their life on any given day in order to save and serve the community, it's an incredible, incredible honor and thing to really, truly behold. The hero and the coward are essentially the same person. They're the ones that are given the same choice, but it's the hero that acts. It's the hero that chooses to do what it is he or she needs to do that defines them. And it's ultimately the coward's decision not to act or to run and to hide that defines them. And that is really what makes a hero who he is or who she is.
All I have to do is stimulate one thought and it projects into something big and people get involved.
Mary Vale is a publicist and humanitarian who, through donating her time and expertise, raised $400,000 for social causes in Las Vegas.
To see people struggle when there are others who can help out is you know, what I try to go after and see if there's a way that we can help them. We can help find solutions for their missteps in life. You know, most of the time it's because of causes that are beyond their control. And if we can do something to help them, then, you know, why not?
How would you describe the legacy that you want to leave behind?
A legacy that people knew that I was here to help.
I'm certain that without these extraordinary individuals and the dedicated police department of Las Vegas, who kept the city afloat would have meant the downfall of hundreds of thousands of people.
When I was a very young and impressionable child, when John Kennedy came on the scene, and here was a young president full of, so youthful, and everyone was so, it was just so amazing in so many respects. I remember, the speech that he gave, which was to ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. I, as many people in my generation, were very motivated by that idea of giving back to the community.
Karen Lane introduced and implemented 911 in Las Vegas to create a support system for people in need of assistance. Then later, as the president for Las Vegas Valley Humane Society, she also created a support system for animals.
Everybody's given so much time on earth. My mother died when she was 45 years old. And I think that made a very big impact on me because I realized that, we don't have all the time in the world. We really have a set amount of time.
What kind of legacy would you like to leave behind?
That I did make a difference. That I think that's important. I think everybody basically wants to believe that they were able to accomplish something when they were alive.
These people have the vision to help people that can't ask for themselves.
And
where do
also,
they get that, you think?
It's hard to say, but what I find also interesting with these people is like they have this mental image of what they want to achieve before it even has happened.
Right.
So it's like they see it, they see what's going to happen. When you, for example, let's take Fred Schultz.
Right.
He sees his clinic in his mind. Linda Smith at Opportunity Village, she sees the new campus in her mind. And all of the heroes have that same mindset. They have such a clear vision, and they have an enormous amount of imagination. And they also all tell me the same, depending on other people to work with them, because they can never accomplish something on their own. So collaboration is a key word for all of them. And then, of course, they're fearless, because to stand there by yourself, you don't know if you're going to succeed, but they keep going, and they do succeed in the end. So all of them have that characteristic too, fearlessness.
There is a huge population here in Las Vegas of children that are homeless. And I mean homeless. We have a lot of poverty, and we have children who are in need in so many ways. Children are living with their parents in temporary housing, week to week, month to month. But when you see children living nearly like they would be living on the streets, it is heartbreaking. And that's why we essentially started eBunny here in Las Vegas.
Barbara Kenning, known as the Jewish Easter Bunny, has for more than 20 years made sure that those struggling in Las Vegas felt loved and cared for.
I think it's essential as a community that we come together. I mean, if we're not doing something for somebody else, what are we doing? It's bigger than us.
People go into education because they care about the future and they care about children.
Manda Christoph is a 5th grade writing class teacher at Ferren Elementary School in Las Vegas, who used part of her salary to feed her hungry students.
Have your purpose and impact as many people in a positive way and with kindness in your heart.
What kind of legacy would you like to leave behind?
I think that the most important thing would be that my students know that I care about them, all of them. And I want them to remember, that safe feeling that they had in my classroom and the love that they felt being part of the community of learners in our school.
My goals are to not accept obstacles that are thrown in the way and to climb over them and beyond.
Driving force, it seems like it's greater than yourself. Is that what is behind everything?
My message to so many people and to young people that I talk to and try to help is to just focus on, something on the winning side. Go for the, get out there and imagine the wonderful possibilities that there are and then go get them. Maybe it's the obstacles, the things that would seem to set you back at an early age are the things that make you strong.
Linda Smith took on the legal system and after a 17-year battle, she changed the law allowing those with Down syndrome to legally enter the country as equals.
I love the fact that I'm changing lives every day at Opportunity Village, and I see the result of those lives. And I see the potential in people who have been cast aside and considered not capable. And I see the capabilities. And I feel really fortunate to be there. And I can't imagine another job.
What kind of legacy would you like to leave behind?
That I made a difference. And it's not about me. It's the people that I serve every day. I think that this is about them. They're special, amazing human beings that are there through no fault of their own. And they, the legacy should be theirs.
It was an incident where you put your life on the line for people that you did not know, to save families, children, and that takes a lot of heroism. In regards to that incident, would you do it all over again?
I would do it again.
To save innocent bystanders, police officer Patrick Burke put his life on the line to stop an armed desperado.
I've always wanted to be a cop, and this is what I'm doing. I couldn't see myself doing anything else. We're not going to stop crime. We're not going to solve the world's problems. But what we are going to do is, for that moment in time that we're at that intersection, in a black and white, in uniform, the little old lady, the young girl, the young man, the people that are going about their daily life can walk across that intersection, go into that store, and have no fear that they can go about their business and not be prosecuted, not be attacked, not be victimized for that moment that we're there. And that's a good feeling.
What kind of legacy would you like to leave behind?
Definitely a person that's made a difference.
I always felt like I needed help. I don't know that I knew the strength that I had or the ability that I had to get things done. It was more just emotion and passion, which is the driving force for me in everything that I do. I just always had a strong sense of responsibility that I had to help people. I always just felt like that was something that I needed to do, was help others.
Gina Grayson is a community leader and animal welfare advocate who introduced Cooney's Law for Animal Justice to end cruelty, changing the future for all animals in Nevada.
The sky was the limit on whatever you wanted to do, so it was just a matter of getting to that point where I could get things done.
What kind of legacy do you want to leave behind?
That I left the world a little bit better than when I came into it.
If we can just make time to make the world a better place, to make a difference while we're on this earth for however long it is, that's something that we should strive for.
To fight hunger in Nevada, Julie Murray created 3 Square Food Bank, from a concept drawn up at her kitchen table to an operation that today distributes 16 million meals annually.
I can't imagine my life not involving giving back. And as I look at some of the things I'm involved with, when I give back and when I am engaged in the community, again, whether it's in hunger or homelessness or at-risk youth, I find that that's when I'm the happiest, that when I'm able to uplift a life, it's one of the best feelings that a person can have.
Do you feel like there's an internal compass?
It was as if there was a compass that was guiding me on how to go to build the food bank and to feed more people and bring in more volunteers and more donors. And once I started down that path and was doing what felt like I was supposed to be doing with my life, things moved forward. And there were a lot of challenges, but I believe that because I was following that compass or that blueprint in my life, things came together, and the most beautiful and wonderful food bank was built because of it, and lives were touched.
After succeeding with the first challenges in the project, you were then ready for the final and ultimate challenge. How did you do it?
The neighborhood we were to enter was one of the most dangerous in the US, and the risk of something bad happening was high. What drove everyone was the belief that it was possible to change the future of the children living there.
son is 11, you said you keep him in the house most of the time because you get scared.
That is correct.
There are several homeless in the area who are struggling. In addition, animals are also at risk as part of gang initiation is throwing pets out of the window on the freeway.
This right here is Sierra Oeste. The street we're on right now is called Lirio. There's over 100 kids that live in this neighborhood, and it's the highest area for violent crime in Northwest from 2012 to 2013. For illegal shooting calls, this is the highest density in the whole city for the last year.
And I also understand it has been like this for more than 15 years, meaning it has been a problem that has not gone away.
For at least 15 years now, this area has been the highest area for gang activity in Northwest and violent crime. And no matter what we do, or how many police officers that we put in here, doesn't seem to change.
I also understand within these 5 blocks, in terms of domestic violence, you have about, was it like 130, 40 approximately that has been reported a year?
I think it was the number for 1 year was 168, and that's just on 5 streets.
Considering that only a small portion sometimes get reported in, it means technically that the number could be much higher, maybe even 300-400.
Yeah, I would agree with that, because typically in this geographic area, or they don't like our help. They don't call us for help unless it's extreme.
As we speak right now, meaning today, it would basically be an average of a domestic violence each day based on those numbers.
I think as a parent, it's pretty scary to let your kids play outside in an area like this.
I saw little kids with gang tattoos here. To me, they look like 11, 12 years old.
12, 13 years old,
Yeah.
tattoos all over their neck, yeah.
And already in the gangs.
Yep.
So that means their future might be bleak based on that starting point.
Yep.
It's really about the children. I mean, that's where the chance is the greatest in terms of making a change, a permanent one here.
Yes.
My name is Christian Schoyen. I'm the project director here at United. The thinking is that if we bring the community leaders that had Intuit and that are new, that already are working in this community from before, if we all form this one strong group, then we should have a better chance to try something new. Because again, it has been the same, I've been told, for the last 15 years. And of course that means something is not working. And then that means it's time to try a fresh approach. And what we're doing right now is actually doing a monthly meeting that started in December. And every time we have a plan we talk about and we do execution, because talk means nothing. So at the end of the day, what's going to happen is this. In 8 weeks from now, we should be able to meet again and talk about what we have done, and we should see results.
This is all new. This is the first time sailing across the Atlantic Ocean, so to speak. It's always easier to follow the path after it's been set for you.
We're trying to make a significant change for the community.
Crimes will not change there unless something radical is being done.
We have a growing Hispanic community and want to reach those folks.
I don't think anything like this has ever been done before by a police department, so the sky's the limit.
Joshua, you mentioned it's 170 times greater chance that something bad happens to you in Sierra Oeste than another street, and that, I probably shouldn't say this loud, but that means the risk is super high, of course. I mean, going in there, and we're civilians, we don't even have a gun. We have to be fearless.
The psychological harm associated with burglaries is higher than with robberies. But when it's a burglary, it's very, very close to home, literally, right? It's the one place in the world that you're supposed to be safe.
The gangsters and the drug dealers and all that, that's what we're dealing with. We never even knew that many Hispanic families, and kids were in that neighborhood.
We're going to plan for, I think we said 200 kids, as opposed to 100 children.
It's really our hope to intervene before they can get into the cycle of crime, to reduce juvenile crime and delinquency. We of course focus on educational and social development, but the primary end results of focusing on those core areas are reduction in juvenile incarceration, increasing graduation rates.
The more youth, the more we can reach.
Police is doing everything they can and even more
because I know that you basically have the regular responsibility and this project is on top of that, and that's a big burden. So again, thank you for doing that.
You know, I would love to have a map and be able to actually say, you know, Sally, John, and
Yeah,
Laura
that's
live
great.
in this condo right here, and whoever are the community policing officers, that there's a rapport built, you know, and a trust and a relationship built, so that you have a long-lasting situation rather than just like, hey, we're going to show up like once or twice a year.
Right. The biggest thing is the trust. And I think that's what we've been building with, you know, since day one.
To change a society, you have to change the belief system. To change the belief system, you have to get in the home. To get in the home, you got to gain the trust. Everything's about trust.
Going in there knocking on doors, I think you'd be better off maybe with one or two of us there. We don't even have to approach the house with you necessarily, but we can just stay by the street and, you know, you guys can
That's
go
a great
talk to
idea.
them.
That's a great
Thank
idea.
you, because
That's
that
a
makes
really
me
great
feel
idea.
totally different.
Yeah, I was
in my mind.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact you guys are going there by yourselves either.
We'll get you an extra vest.
In the next 2 days, we went door to door to the over 300 apartments in Sierra og Esti.
It's for the block party next Thursday, and it's for children and gifts for everyone. Do you have any kids that can do drawings?
Yes.
Hello, sir, how are you doing? Officer Stark, Metro Police. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What's your name?
Fernando.
Oh, Fernando. So right now I just want to come here and tell you we're doing a Christmas party tomorrow.
Okay.
It's going to be right next door. It's going to be like a holiday block party for the whole community. There's going to be events for the kids. Do you have any kids?
Yes, I do.
How old?
12 and a 16.
Perfect.
Knocking on each door, we did not know what to expect in what is known as one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Las Vegas.
There you go.
You know the White House at the very end over there?
That's big on the back. Yeah.
It's going to be a big parade here with fire trucks and a Viking ship and everything going around the streets, and Santa Claus. And there are gifts for the children and food for everyone and music and fun.
Many scared to come out watched us from inside. To gain trust, we did not wear bulletproof vests. What drove us was to reach the young children who still had a chance for a different life.
The prices are great. There are gifts for everyone up there too, but it's extra fun.
Okay, next Thursday. Okay.
I think the 100 children here are really going to appreciate what we're doing right now.
Oh yes, they're very excited.
Mhm.
I think there's a lot of children that are going to participate in the drawing contest too. So.
And you have now covered the whole block here, I know. So you must have covered about, so far, about 100 apartments, I think.
Oh yes, easily.
How, how many children do you think you encountered?
50 to 75 children.
I got about 20, so we're up to 80 kids. So if you keep going around the block here, we should have covered all these 100 children who needs our help.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Do you think they could make the drawings with the Viking with the helmet?
I don't know.
Ask them. It's going to be amazing. And it's going to be fun.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Say hi.
What's your name?
My name's Gina. What's your name?
Magnum.
Nice to meet you, Magnum.
Jason.
Jason? Nice to meet you too,
So you're going to come
Jason.
next week?
Yeah.
Did you get this for the party next week?
A party?
Yeah.
Let's party.
During the daytime, it was few people outside, as crime mostly took place later in the evening. Everyone we met were nice and welcoming.
Well, you got to be grade 1 through 5.
You have to shame them.
My favorite quote is that Margaret Mead quote about never doubt that a committed group of citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. And this project is magical because ever since I met Christian, it's been surreal because first we all met one another and I met the most extraordinary leaders through Hometown Heroes. Christian and I spoke and I said it was almost not real because it all came together in the most beautiful way. And I think that's what happens when everybody sets egos aside and you just roll up your sleeves and you just do it to uplift the community. So I feel so lucky to be working with you all.
Shooting for change in the
We
world.
have to shoot for something. That's a good one. We are here to help the children and at the same time help Las Vegas.
Well, there was an article in today's paper. Nevada children were at the bottom of the list again in terms of child succeeding.
For the second year, it says a child born in Nevada stands the worst chance possible of succeeding than anywhere in the country.
We had a meeting this morning with Peyton Weber, who's kind of the intelligence expert. What we could help with is we can donate software, the data warehouse software, to merge data together into one place, so it's possible for them to find crime trends easier than sitting and copying and pasting data into spreadsheets and other places, so that you can long-term take action and prevent some of the crimes before it actually happens.
So you're going to spend the day Thursday cleaning up. The gig starts at 3.
I'm 100% sure it's possible to actually be successful here.
Cleaning up Sierra Oeste was important as it's proven that a clean neighborhood helps to reduce crime. During the cleanup, we also reached out to the ones living on the streets in need of a helping hand.
We hope the residents are happy and take pride in their neighborhood.
I'm going to talk about things that we've already done for the neighborhood that have been successful. We installed LED lights. We took out all of the amber low voltage lights and we put highway lights up there to make it very, very bright.
In the end, it's all about communicating with each other to make the community a better place.
The timeline for this is right now, because we're focusing on the more than 100 kids living there as well. And of course we want you as homeowners to be happy about the neighborhood you have invested in. So it's like a win-win situation. So we want to make it safer for the children. A lot of them are living under very bad circumstances, because if you looked at the stats that was presented here, you have to remember that's just the call-ins. Who knows, maybe the number is 3-4 times bigger. That means someone actually gets beaten up as we speak right now, and that's a bad situation. So that's why we want to go fast.
I'm a member of the Guardian Angels. It's about people in that community saying, I've had enough. Whether it be in your neighborhood, whether it be in any neighborhood, it is about people within standing up and doing something different.
We're walking with the Guardian Angels as they patrol the neighborhood their way. The goal, to get people living here to join them so they take their neighborhood back so they feel safe again.
There are sometimes worries in this part of town on the west end just kind of went down the toilet. I know there's still drug dealers that live in the neighborhood, which is a concern having children.
The Sierra Oeste neighborhood needs all the help it can get.
The more people keeping an eye out, the better.
Right.
Coming to the community meeting?
That's why the Guardian Angels are stepping in.
To be a Guardian Angel, you have to train for 2 months. You'll learn self-defense, rules on making a citizen's arrest, and more. Now, the goal isn't to arrest people, it's to create a presence and deter crime. Vanessa Murphy, 8 News Now.
We treated lunch last month and Christian is treated this month, and I was going to sign his name, but we're with a bunch of police officers.
We were shooting for 2 cameras, which means we had to have an excess of $10,000. And the thinking all along from the presentation we did to the homeowners a couple of months ago was that they would match that amount. Because after all, it's their buildings, they own them. And that's what this is all about, is to empower them. We were doing the groundwork, and they're supposed to keep running with it. We cannot be there to do that. But what we can do is to give them a helping hand and do something new. So basically revamp the neighborhood to give them that new start. And with the fundraiser, which was a very critical component, it's a great feeling that as of today, we have succeeded from our side. Because again, with them matching now with actually less than $200 a person, the 40 homeowners, which they will do, that means we have the 2 cameras on time by next week.
Wow.
I'm Christian Giovanni. It is such an honor for me to be a part of this amazing project. And the fundraiser has been a huge success due to the collaboration and teamwork of everybody involved.
I personally feel that I don't even see how it could be messed up once they have the cameras in, once they have the security company during the peak crime hours. Everything is paid for success.
Just to highlight aggravated assault crimes, which is the overwhelming majority of the crime that we have in the area. We had 26 for calendar year 2013. 26 of those category crimes. At a cost per crime of $87,000. Wow. That includes what the doctor had mentioned last time. Total cost of just that category of $2.2 million to the community. I think that fact alone is beyond staggering.
Stats are down, which is critical because again, if the stats don't go down, we have done nothing. When we started this project too, we also said, there's a saying which I always like to say, words without action is only poetry. And we wanted action here because again, it's a group of community leaders that has gathered every month on a monthly basis, and we had one mindset, we're going to fix it. It's not if we could fix it, we'll fix it. And it's tangible and it's doable. So I feel we're right on that path and right on that track where we want to be. And the whole goal again is also to empower the homeowners and the residents. So it will be a sustainable model that will secure low crime in this neighborhood.
Anything that we can do, you guys, our facilities, unless it's on Sunday morning at 11 o'clock.
A Northwest Valley neighborhood with a high crime rate is changing for the better.
It was a great day to be living in the Sierra Oeste neighborhood. Went from having one of the highest crime rates in the city to being a great place to raise a family.
I just want to thank Christian Schoyen, our partners with Heroes United, all of the volunteers from Liberty Baptist Church that came out here today to help support us. It really sends a message to the rest of the community here in Las Vegas.
This is News 3. Officers from Metro's Northwest Area Command are teaming up with volunteers from Hometown Heroes United.
Metro Police hit the streets, teaming up with community leaders to help make a difference in Valley neighborhoods. They kicked off Hometown Heroes United with a holiday parade. The collaboration has been to improve living conditions and cut down on crime in Southern Nevada neighborhoods.
It was moving to see a whole city coming together, united, to help the children of Sierra Oeste. Everyone helped. An Opportunity Village made delicious pastries for the children in the low-income community.
Officers from the LVMPD Northwest Area Command are teaming up with Hometown Heroes United to make it all happen. News 3's Antonio Castellan is live near the area now with more on the project and the holiday celebration. Sounds pretty exciting, Antonio.
Hey, Gerard, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas here at the Sierra Oeste community. The parade
has just wrapped up, but Santa Claus is here. If you look right over here, this is a block party going on.
We're trying to basically make this a longer-term, sustainable grassroots effort that is not solely based in the Las Vegas Metro Police Department, but based with City of Las Vegas, City Fire, and Heroes United.
Did you guys like the parade? I can't hear you. Did you like the parade?
This is all about the children in this area. We're here to give them some hope.
Say hi to Vikings. This was great.
Okay, this was a home run.
Pleasure. Excellent. Excellent work.
I think this is the beginning. This just shows the potential.
This is the beginning.
This is 8 News Now.
Neighbors are coming together to clean up their streets and show the bad guys they mean business. With the help of Metro Police, they held a Hometown Heroes parade to get the rest of the community involved. 8 News Now's Petrania Poonswan was there near Lake Mead and Jones. She has the story.
The parade just wrapped up about an hour ago, but still plenty of people out here at this block party in this neighborhood. As you can see, Santa is right there talking to all the kids. This community really coming out to kind of get together for this Hometown Heroes initiative.
The achievements by the Vegas Vikings were extraordinary. A 50% decrease in crime call-ins. 20 million property increase potential by applying the blueprint created for all 8 communities. The more than 100 children of Sierra Oeste received a second chance at life. And an estimated $1 million worth of press coverage was attained.
Great place to raise a family.
You get the rush from the one child that you can make a difference with.
If you unite people, I don't think there's any obstacle that you cannot overcome.
If we're not doing something for somebody else, what are we doing? It's bigger than us.
I understand the next challenge was to organize a Viking award.
True success always comes from team effort.
I feel very privileged to have gotten to know all the heroes. They all touched my heart because I have actually seldom met someone with such a caring, compassionate nature. And it's interesting because all these heroes we're celebrating tonight, they're very much the same in the core essence. And that is that they care for our community and they care for our fellow man and everything living. A true Viking actually has a belief system that extends beyond himself. It's not just about the Viking himself, it's all about his community. In those times, the tribe, they all stood together and they cared for one another. No one was left behind. They could accomplish anything because they were fearless. And that's also what we see in the Hometown Heroes. They're extraordinary and they're role models and inspirations to both adults and also the children growing up. That's why it's so important to honor them in the Viking spirit, which we're doing tonight, because they are courageous, they're fearless, and have the mindset that they can do anything. I do believe that with such minds coming together, there's actually no challenge that cannot be fixed in Nevada or here in Las Vegas. Because again, the living proof is just looking towards the heroes. And again, look at what they have accomplished. They have all created legacies beyond their time. They do not just stand as role models here for people in this community, but in the rest of Nevada and United States as well.
I accept this award, not only on behalf of myself, but I will say for all the other officers that are out there every day, every night, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, keeping the city safe.
I feel like I'm sort of a quarterback on a football team. And I might call the plays, but I can't do anything without the rest of the team. And there's so many people, I mean, everyone here knows that. You can't do anything alone. Everything is a team effort.
We're committed to giving children a childhood experience that many have never had.
The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service to others. I believe that is why we are all here today. We have a calling to serve others.
We can do this. And I think that's what's so important, is that each person here believes that, and we are accomplishing the things that we set out to do.
If we all can come together, of all faiths and all backgrounds, that there's nothing we can't accomplish.
It's time that we make a difference. It's time that we do what we must do. And if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it.
Opportunity Village is about is giving people a chance at a life that we all take for granted.
Please reach out to everybody. You know, not everybody can do a lot, but if they just do something little, they'll be inspired and they'll pass all that inspiration to others.
Michael Bellinati, he's the reason why we have this beautiful showroom tonight. He gave that to us because he believed in what we do. We will recognize you with the Hometown Heroes Appreciation Award. I was fortunate to meet Erik Papa last year. He has for years been running and organizing with a great group of people the lodge to keep up with the Viking heritage. We are recognizing Erik Papa with the Hometown Heroes Appreciation Award. Thank you so much, Erik.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Erik Papa. I'm the president of the Vegas Viking Lodge of Sons of Norway. I think my friend Christian is onto something when he cites the 4 core Viking traits that Leif and his men exhibited when they crossed these vast oceans: imagination, vision, collaboration, and fearlessness. Certainly, to me, the Viking spirit is wrapped up in these 4 words. So today, I believe our hometown heroes also carry that same Viking spirit.
I'm very proud to recognize the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department with the Leif Erikson Viking of Honor Lifetime Award.
On behalf of Sheriff Doug Gillespie and my captain, Chris DeMino, it's an honor and thank you so very much. And I want you to think of the person you love the most right now. Think about him in your mind right now. Would you lay your life down for him? The men and women of Metro would lay their life down for people they've never even met. And they do it every single day, 24/7, and they do it without even a thank you. So we thank you for recognizing us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone, for coming.
If you unite people, I don't think there's any obstacle that you cannot overcome. There are some few communities that are struggling, but again, I believe it's not of their own fault. So I think it's like very important that we all reach out and try to work united, meaning in a collaborative effort to help one another, because it's one city and we all live in the same place. So it's not like here are some people over here and some people over there and we're different. We're all the same and we all have the same dreams and hopes. That's what I believe.
On this 21st day of the project, I'm happy to say that we have accomplished the mission.
We have been successful with this project and also creating a blueprint for the rest of the city and other cities throughout the world.
It was a great day to be living in the Sierra Oeste neighborhood in the northwest part of the valley.
A Northwest Valley neighborhood with a high crime rate is changing for the better.
Went from having one of the highest crime rates in the city to being a great place to raise a family.
The whole purpose of this is to empower the residents in the area so that they can combat the crime and evil that exists.
We have succeeded with not only helping 100 children, but also helping animals in the community, including rescues and adoptions.
There's no greater reward than knowing that we've been able to help these children and give these children a second chance at life.
To watch the smiles on their faces, to see the hope in their eyes, it has been so worthwhile working on this project.
Being a part of this project from the very beginning, it's amazing to see the positive impact we've had.
Vegas Viking is so happy to be a part of the successful program from the very beginning. And it makes us so happy to see how we've changed the lives of the children in Sierra Oeste.
The homeowners are now participating and no longer feel like they are alone in their struggles with Sierra Oeste. From Ground Zero, we have gathered almost the entire community.
It's been amazing to see how we have transformed the Sierra Oeste community and the lives of the children living there.
Over the past month in Sierra Oeste, we've seen a substantial drop in crime statistics. We've seen a 50% drop in calls for service that police have had to respond to. And this is a direct correlation to the Heroes United project.
The project has been very successful in bridging the communication barrier that has always been in that community. It has brought the police and the community a lot closer together, and it's helping decrease crime.
I couldn't be prouder. We've taken this neighborhood from a struggling neighborhood to a great place to live.
We're so excited the impact that we've caused on this community and the changes that we've occurred to give these kids a second chance in their life.
This has been a great success, and it really all started with the foundation that we laid back with the block party in December, and it all starts with the children. Each child in this community who is matched with a mentor and gets to be a part of the long-term educational and mentoring programs with Big Brothers Big Sisters and also with Never Give Up.
I believe that children are the hope of the future.
This project is the finest example of the power of collaboration. And together, the police, the City of Las Vegas, the Clark County School District, business leaders, everybody came together to ensure that the children of Sierra Oeste have hope and have an opportunity, and it's been a great success for our community.
You did succeed. So tell me, what's next for Las Vegas and the 21-day challenge to save the world?
With the blueprint created, all due to the great Vegas Vikings that we worked with and their achievements, other struggling parts of Las Vegas and Nevada can duplicate what was done.
We hope that others will be inspired to take on the challenge. Las Vegas and Nevada can once again prosper. And the proof is just looking at the Vegas Vikings and their extraordinary achievements.
What did you learn from this experience?
In aftermath, looking back at everything that was accomplished in only 21 field days, imagine what we then could do in 1 year for Nevada or 4 years for the United States if we all work together. I would like to dedicate this quote by Abraham Lincoln to the Vegas Vikings. I like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives. I like to see a man live so that his place will be proud of him. It being a corporation, country or state, it always boils down to one key element. Everyone working well together towards the same goal. Strength through unity. Mission complete. Returning 9 months later to revisit, I was to witness the great success that had continued. I was to participate in the victory celebration and renaming the community to Desert Meadows.
I want to introduce you to the chairman of Heroes United, none other than Mr. Christian Schoyen. I just want to thank everyone for the great team effort that has resulted in this great victory here in Sierra.
Since leaving, Julie secured 3 additional cameras and a community sign through the Greater Good Council she formed in 2011.
4 donors who made the gates and the beautiful cameras available are Diana Bennett, Tom Thomas, Myra Greenspan, Switch, and the Inglested Family Foundation.
Julie from the Moon Ridge Group has been instrumental in bringing together some philanthropic groups which really helped bring this entire project together for Heroes United.
The Northwest Area Command was celebrating the success of a year-long community project.
There used to be killings here like every other week.
This is what happens when a community comes together. Lives are transformed, neighborhoods are changed, and great things happen.
Heroes United helped to reduce violent crimes in the neighborhood by 75%.
Metro teamed up with community leaders and then turned things around, and their efforts paid off. Violent crime in that area has plunged by 75%.
It was wonderful to see all the happy children who now felt safer, as well as meeting the Heroes United members again.
Good to see you again, Pete.
It's good to see you, Christian.
Tell me what has been the status here for the last 9 months?
Well, in 9 months, we're really excited to have seen between 2013 and 2014 a 75% reduction in violent crime.
I also had a chance to speak with wonderful resident Sherry Berrios, who I had met 1 year earlier.
So tell me, what has happened this last year at the same time?
A major change.
Your son is 11. You said you keep him in the house most of the time because you get scared.
That is correct.
A change has come to our neighborhood. We have no more SWAT. Our crime's down. Our children get to come out and play in our street.
They get to interact with one another. It's just been wonderful.
I've just been talking with some of the residents here, and they have noticed such a huge difference. What a great project.
It was a success here in Sierra, but it went beyond that.
It was better, Christian, than we thought it would be. Right now, we're 2 weeks away from the end of the year. And year to date, we're looking at a total violent crime reduction of 75%, which is beyond what we ever thought. We're looking at gun crime, almost 60% reduction. We got some of the Greater Good Council and some of the philanthropists that helped get the cameras up. They actually gave a donation for cameras to go to the area outside, which now we're looking at affecting crime and affecting change and how it's going to spread beyond. We're looking at taking this model, and because of your work and your documentary and how you've been able to capture this, we have a model that you can show. One of the things that we asked the COP team to put together is we said, hey, we need to capture some of this. And we captured some of it via document, but you captured the living body of how we did this. And we can take that model and we can show that model. If we replicate it here within the Vegas Valley, great. But we can also show that nationwide, maybe even worldwide, that if you get some people together and you say, what is our stake in the community? You focus on the children and you say it's for them, well, this is what can be accomplished. And so that's really the exciting part of the story.
The drawing competition I started with the Vegas Viking Lodge for the children back in 2012 was now in its third year and have become more popular than ever amongst the children. You gave away gifts, I understand.
100 teddy bears, and they really enjoyed it. But I think we had just as much fun as they did.
I love how this could be duplicated anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's
this is a perfect model, and it can be transferred anywhere in Las Vegas, anywhere in America, really.
Yeah, great project. We're excited to be a part of it.
The Northwest Valley neighborhood is celebrating a total transformation this holiday. Violent crimes in the area are down 75%.
We have the power to change the future of the children living in low-income communities in the US by introducing positive role models and reducing crime. Our Vegas Vikings blueprint proves what can be achieved when we all work united, and that our success can be duplicated throughout our great nation.
After witnessing the true power of the Viking spirit, what city are you ready to save? And remember, words without action is only poetry.
Hi, I'm Officer David Colon with the Clermont Police Department here in the city of Clermont, Florida. I met Christian Schoyen and Neighborhood Rescue a few years ago at a crime prevention in the Black community seminar held in Orlando, Florida. And I was just amazed by the work that he and his many partners created and did in Vegas. What we did here in Oakhurst was so similar to what he did in Nevada. I just had to call him and tell him, hey, you actually started something that happened again here. And there's so many other people that we want to thank, especially all the volunteers and partners, businesses that helped us here. Over 300 hours of community work, 150 volunteers. We especially want to thank the Chief of Police for the great support to this community policing initiative and the ideas, especially from Neighborhood Rescue. We want to thank Christian Schoyen and his team. This can be duplicated. This can be done again and again. One of the things that is really inspiring to many people, and it's so true, is that 90% crime reduction in the past 11 months, actually, and all this was done with $0 government dollars. That is the most amazing thing.
My name's Officer Rogers, and I work for the Claremont Police Department, Community-Oriented and Policing Unit. And I had the privilege and the opportunity to work alongside wonderful men, women, volunteers, churches, and businesses alike who came together for such a wonderful cause, the Neighborhood Rescue of America Challenge.